Hello everyone, it's that college football guy here with another video. Well, it's time for the early game recap this Saturday. 6 games that went through so far that I previewed earlier. Didn't do bad, went 5-1 in them. Before I even get into that, everyone, please, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps the analytics, helps the video to be seen. Comment on the video, love interacting with all of you, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 200 subscribers. Let's see if we can get there. Now, first games first. Let's see, we're talking about Tulane and Tulsa. Well, Tulane, yeah, they beat Tulsa 27-13. Tulsa's problem, well, Braylon Braxton, their starting freshman quarterback. He went 13-25 for 146 yards, 1 touchdown, and didn't have an INT. Not great. Team rushing, 34 carries for 111 yards, no touchdowns. That's not good either. Team defense had 2 sacks, no QB hurries, 1 INT, and no fumbling recovery. So they had a turnover, but I don't know. As for Tulane, well, Michael Pratt went 11 for 19, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. Team rushing for 53 carries. 53 carries for 357 yards with 1 touchdown. And Ty J. Spears had 14 carries for 157 and a touchdown. So the rest of the team was 39 carries for 200. Not bad. Team defense, 4 sacks, 3 QB hurries, no INTs or fumble recoveries. And Dorian Williams had 2 of those 4 sacks. So defense stepped up. They ran the ball down their throat and got the W. Congratulations, Tulane. Now, Ohio State Northwestern. What happened with this? 7-3 at half? Well, Northwestern dug it out 21-7. They pulled this one out. That 30-point point spread. The two of you didn't even combine for 30 points, let alone the point spread. For Northwestern, Brendan Sullivan, 10 of 14 for 79 yards. 79 yards. 79 yards. No touchdowns, no INTs. Team rushing, 59 carries. All right. 206 yards. 1 touchdown. Evan Hull, 30 carries for $122 in that touchdown. Team defense, they had no sacks, no INTs, and no fumble recoveries, but they did have 1 QB hurry. In other words, they really didn't do much defensively. But they still managed to hold them to a lot of punts, so they did do something right. Just nothing really showed up in the stat book. Ohio State, C.J. Stroud's worst game this year, and it's not even a contest, folks. He went 10 of 26 for 76 yards. No touchdowns, no INTs. 10 of 26 for 76. That's horrible. But the rushing game, 35 carries for 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the game. And Mayan Williams had 26 carries for $111 and 2 of those 3 touchdowns. He basically outscored Northwestern by himself. Team defense, they had 1 QB hurry and also no sacks, no INTs, and no fumble recoveries. It was I guess, just don't let them do things, I guess. I mean, it was just not a great game to watch. But again, Ohio State, congratulations, they got the job done. Now, North Carolina and Virginia. North Carolina was favored by a bunch, but they barely won, 31-28 over Virginia. I mean, Virginia's Brennan Armstrong, 17-35. 232 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Yikes. Team rushing was a team rushing. No real outstanding performers. 39 carries for 186 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was just basically a little bit of everybody. Nobody broke 100 yards. Defensively, they did play. 4 sacks, 5 QB hurries, but no INTs or fumble recoveries, no turnovers. And Nick Jackson had a sack and 2 of those QB hurries, so he performed. North Carolina, the Drake May show. Drake May, the freshman who can throw on everybody, ACC freshman of the year, at least he better be at this point. Well, for the first time all year, he didn't throw for 300 yards on anybody. He went 26 of 37 for 293, 7 short. 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Still balling. Josh Downs, 15 number as receiver, 15 receptions, 166 yards, and a touchdown. Not bad. Team rushing, 40 carries for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Drake May, the quarterback himself, had 16 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. So he counted for 3 of the 4. Not bad. Team defense, 1 sack, no QB hurries, 1 INT, no fumble recoveries. I mean, Virginia's defense kept in minutes to keep it close, but Drake May was just too much in the end. Minnesota and Nebraska. Nebraska was looking good early in this game, and then, I don't know what happened. The brakes just fell off. But actually, I know what happened. This was the 2 quarterback show for both teams. Smothers and Purdy Minnesota won 20-13 first off. For Nebraska, Smothers and Purdy combined to go 11-26 for 121 yards, no touchdowns, and an INT. Smothers had 5 completions. Purdy had 6. Not pretty. Team rushing, 35 carries for 146 yards and a touchdown. Not good either. And Anthony Grant had 21 carries for 115 yards, so at least he did something decent. Team defense, they had 3 sacks, 3 QB hurries, but no INTs or fumble recoveries, so no turnovers. Minnesota, well, we had Kaliakmanis, the freshman quarterback who started the game, and Morgan, I forgot his first name, but they both they both had 6 completions, 12 for 20 for 75 yards. What's going on? No touchdowns, no INTs. But then again, if you're Minnesota, why are you worrying? Because listen to the rushing stats: 45 carries, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And the man who's going to be playing on Sundays, Muhammad Ibrahim, 32 carries for 128 yards and both of those touchdowns. He's going to be playing on Sundays. The rest of the team, if you do the math, wait a minute. He had 32 for $128. What does that mean? That means the rest of the team went 13 carries for -3 yards. The quarterbacks got sacked. Remember? And they lost a lot of yardage. Team defense, they had 4 sacks, 3 QB hurries, an INT, and no fumble recovery. So both defenses somewhat played, and both was quarterbacked by committee, but Minnesota came back and got it done. So congratulations, Minnesota. Here's the one I got wrong. Wisconsin at home, I thought Maryland was going to come in and get it done. Nope. Wisconsin beats Maryland 23-10. Maryland, Taulia Tagovailoa, 10 of 23 for 77 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT. Not great, but not bad. Now, team rushing, 41 carries for 112 yards. No touchdowns. Not good. Team defense, though, 3 sacks, but didn't have no QB hurries, INTs, or fumble recoveries. Nothing. Oof. Wisconsin, though, Graham Mertz, starting quarterback. This is a bad stat line. 5 of 18 for 77 yards, and you're the winning quarterback? No touchdowns. No touchdowns. No INTs. Just what? Team rushing, though. 46 carries for 278 yards. 2 touchdowns. Maybe 275. I wrote it kind of fast. But anyway. And 2 running backs, though. Wisconsin had 2 backs break 100. Braylon Allen had 23 carries for 119 yards and a touchdown. And Isaac Rendo, 12 carries for 114 yards and a touchdown. So the rushing game was a balanced attack. Team defense, 5 sacks, 3 QB hurries, 1 INT, and no fumble recoveries. And Nick Herbig had 2 sacks and a QB hurry for Wisconsin. So Wisconsin got it done and got me wrong. So congrats, Wisconsin. And the other game that was so far it's been done, TCU and Texas Tech. Well, TCU pulled it off, 34-24. Baron Morton, the freshman starting quarterback, he left the game in the first half with an ankle injury for Texas Tech. He was 7 of 10 for 79 yards with a touchdown, no INTs before he got hurt. Sir Tyler Shove, S-H-O-U-G-H, that's how to pronounce his name, but forget me wrong. He was the original opening day starter, but he filled in and came in. He went 9 for 22 for 78 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 INT. Baron Morton was 1 touchdown, no INTs. Make sure I didn't screw that up. Team rushing, 39 carries for 195 yards and a touchdown, running back by committee. Team defense for Texas Tech had 4 sacks, 2 QB hurries, no INTs or fumble recoveries. So they got it done, but just wasn't enough. For TCU, Max Duggan, 12 of 23, 195 yards for 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Team rushing was 51 carries for 234 yards and a touchdown, and Kendre Miller, their star back, had 21 carries for $158 and that touchdown. Team defense had 4 sacks, 2 QB hurries, 1 INT, and no fumble recoveries. D. Winters had 2 sacks. Well, you say, where's the extra touchdown come from? You want how you know you're having a bad game? You really want to know? When you're Texas Tech and you drive down for a little while, the drive stalls out, you punt the ball, and Darius Davis returns it from TCU on their first possession, returns the ball 82 yards for a touchdown. You run a drive, can't get it done. He does a punt return touchdown, and your offense has to go back out again, down 7-0. Defense hasn't even hit the field yet. Wow. Demoralizing in a bit, but congratulations to TCU on the win. I'm not going to do over the scores because, well, the only score I'm worried about is I didn't figure it'd be this bad. I mean, Georgia's beaten Tennessee 24-6 at the half. Yikes. I mean, I picked Georgia to win. I didn't think they'd cover the spread, but it looks like they might do it handily. So, wow. So congratulations, TCU. Tell me what you think about the scores for all the games that gone so far. If anything, it's kind of surprised you. Let me know down in the comments down below. So it's time to watch some more college football. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. So thanks for watching the video, everybody, and enjoy yourself. And please be good to each other.